What's up, guys? Just finished putting some wood filler all over this bad boy in the spots that I needed to, and I primed it the other day, so it's ready for another coat of some. I'm gonna do a really thick coat of primer and just coat the heck out of it. So I'm gonna get to that and let you guys watch me spray. All right. So I'm back and I've got it all primed up and ready to go. So what I'm gonna start doing is I'm just gonna spray it. Hey guys, so last couple of clips you saw me spraying the DLT-19 X right here, spraying this bad boy. So first thing I did after I printed it is I coated it, or I sanded it by hand, all the little pieces that I could. Then I went through and coated like the really bad spots that you can see for the layer lines. I coated those with some wood filler, which that's what I did on the stock. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna coat everything with I'm gonna use a few different things, some techniques. So the first thing I'm gonna do is like on the receiver, on the spots that I know are metal, or supposed to be metal, I'm going to use some graphite powder, and I'm going to dust it with my, I think this is like a deer tail brush. I already dusted I dusted the end here. See if I can get it. The very end, I dusted it with some graphite powder, and you can't really tell right now just because it already looks normal to you, but it was quite a bit different than what it is now. It just kind of adds a little more of a metallic look to it, honestly. So I'm going to do the graphite powder first, and then if I still want to add some more really worn areas, I'm going to use the old RubNBuff. This is just the silver leaf RubNBuff. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to weathering it, and I hope y'all enjoy. I'm going to show you a before, kind of it sitting right here, and then we'll do an after. So here we go with the before. So I think I'm going to change up a little bit of what I was going to do. I just did the graphite powder. I just kind of hit some of the spots that I knew were metal, just to kind of give them more of a metallic look to it, like a little bit of a worn metallic look. You can definitely see a difference in that little metal, well, it's supposed to be metal, this little cover right here on the receiver. I didn't touch the scope. The scope more than likely is going to be like a matte, just a matte finish with just a little bit of wear. I'm going to put some wear on the edges and stuff, but just barely. I'm wanting to kind of keep it minimal, so I'm just putting a little bit of that graphite powder on there. And now what I'm going to do, I think differently, is I'm going to powder everything down with the Fuller's Earth that I have. This stuff. So I'm going to take it outside to do this because I don't want this stuff all over my shop, especially today because I'm trying to fix my shoulder bell and I don't want all this dust and crap flying around in here. The graphite powder, I could kind of keep it right here in this little area, but this stuff right here just gets all over the place. So I'm going to take this outside and dust it and then come back and show you what it looks like. This is what it's looking like right now. I'm going to dust the heck out of it just to kind of get some dirt down in the little crevices and spots. So I might actually bring you out there and let you see what I'm doing here. It's pretty freaking windy though, so it's going to be nasty. All right, here we go. All right, that's good enough for now. It's pretty much covered and it looks horrible right now, but I'm gonna clean it off now and hopefully it looks, you know, just dirty like the rest of the armor does. Just a little dirty. Not too much. Alright, let me get a rag and we'll clean it off. Alright, so how I think I'm going to clean it off is I'm going to use this. I'm using my little brush here and just kind of clean it off like this. That way it leaves the dirt in all the nasty little crevices that are really tight and hard to get. Just gonna clean it off with this thing. It's actually looking pretty good. Just about how I wanted it, really. Some spots down in there that I can't really. Get that grip. Sorry, I feel like I'm always freaking blowing stuff off in the video. Like, I can't remember what video it was, but when I was editing it, I was like, man, I'm blowing the hell out of that thing. Alright, that's pretty good, actually. It just looks a tiny bit dirty, and there's just some white stuff in the really hard to get spots. So now it's time to do the old, let me get this spot right here. Time to do the old, oops, I just broke this thing. That's alright, a little super glue. I broke this little tube on the side here. Little super glue and some black paint, and it'll be back to looking like it's supposed to. Oh, excuse me. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so it's time to do the old RubNBuff now on certain spots at the very end, and then a couple of spots on the scope. So let's get in there and do that. There's a little view of this. See how it has some dirt and just some spots. Like right here, there's a little bit of dirt down in there. All right, RubNBuff time. Okay, so I'm just using, like I said, the silver leaf RubNBuff, and I'm gonna try to show you guys how I'm doing this. I like using my fingers. Sometimes I'll use a little cotton swab or what do you call it? Q-tip, like a Q-tip. Maybe use the fluffy part for a little bit, and then maybe cut it off and use just the edge of like the paper that they come on. But for right now, I'm just going to use, let me get me a rag. I'm just going to use my finger because I like being able to feel where it's going a little better than just doing it with a Q-tip or something. So I'm just getting a tiny bit on my finger. I mean, it's like a little tiny bit. It looks like it's more than it is, but. And then I'm going to do just right on the end here. I'm going to try to show you. See if I can get it over here. Just right there. Take my finger. Take my finger across that edge. All right. It's just barely on the edge there. And so I've still got a little tiny bit on my glove here. So I'll just go ahead and start hitting these corners of things. See how it's making that pop right there? So this side right there, that corner is done, and that corner is not done. Done. Not done. So let's go, keep going here. And that's probably about how I'm gonna like that right there. So see, look at that end now. Dang it, these things are notorious for breaking. These little, I've broken this one probably about 5 times. This one right here, I just broke it. I'll probably just put like a little metal rod inside of there and then glue it back. That way it can't flex all as much. But yeah, they suckers break all the time. But anyways, that's the end of this thing. So I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna do all the little spots that I can, like these little raised areas. I'm gonna do all those little spots. All right, I finished with the RubNBuff. I got all of the little corners and stuff where where you would have wear on the finish. I just pretty much covered the corners with that, and man, it looks a lot more realistic now. Let me turn it around here so you can see what it looks like. So we'll start at the butt stock. See, I rubbed all the corners there, some wear on the screws, a little bit of wear on the scope, mainly on the rings, because those are going to be spots that rub on other things. So the rings have some wear on them. This little area has some wear on it. There's a couple of spots where I kind of messed up, but once you have it all done, you really can't tell. But yeah, look at all that. Just RubNBuff. I did all the little, actually I need to do this one. I need to do right here on these little ridges. I missed that one. I got these up here. You can see the corners if it'll focus. Come on. Got the corners of those. All those little ridges there. There's the end. Just all on the little edges there is what I got. So what I'm left with is a full, more realistic looking DLT-19 or DLT-19X. So let's do a different lighting here. On the bottoms, you're gonna have a lot of wear on these little spots right here. So I got those. Got that little thing that sticks down there. A lot of wear on that. So there it is, guys. The rifle is pretty much done, except for the little things that I've got to fix, like this little thing right here that I broke. But other than that, it is done. I'm not going to touch it again. Let's get a little, I'll do a little view of it. Whoops, fell down. Ugh. There it is. So I hope you guys have a good one. I'm going to try to finish this shoulder bell, get it fixed back to where it was, and then I should be doing the belt, and then I'll be done with pretty much everything. So I'll be trying it on for the first time, the complete suit. So you guys stay tuned, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and also I just started a Facebook group called Handmade and 3D printed Star Wars armor, blasters, and props. So go find that on Facebook, join it, and I just wanted to have a little community where Star Wars guys and can do, like, you know, just share what we're working on. We can help each other out if we got any tips, because there's lots of things that I don't know how to do still. I mean, I'm still learning. I'm always learning, so we can help each other out and we'll just get better at it. Because I'd like to make some cool stuff, and it's kind of just a hobby of mine. So anyways, guys, go find that group on Facebook and join it, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Y'all have a good night. Bye bye.